60 minutes left in the trading session. Welcome back to the close. Here's how we stand at this point. Still a little bit negative so far for North American markets. 0.19, 0.25, 0.5% we'll call it for the NASDAQ. All to the downside so far. Look at Brazil, almost 3% in negative territory so far today. Crude oil with another day in positive territory. Speaking of positive territory, Ethereum bouncing back nicely, 3.5% to the upside. It's the final hour of the day, guys. Let's get into it.
Look at that. Final hour of the day here for Power Hour. Sean's all long and I'm all short. I just noticed that one just now. One of these, ATER, just made a bit of a move. We're saying in the chat, like obviously I bungled this one shorting just minutes ago before we came on air here at 985 in front of a double top. Allow it to take 10, which is what I did the second time through, and jump back into the trade, 975, same short as before. Give it to the high of the day, work it out in front of 940, and then down in front of 9. And the one that has working well is this EFTR trying to roll over. And I shorted it 3 times. This one was pretty fortunate. We're able to get away with this shorting 24 level here. Got out just after lunchtime in front of 20 even for big win. It halts upside, got twice short. This time top 39.53, which we're still holding on to. If it breaks 31, I'm shooting for around this 29 area. But I have tightened my stop up several times on this one. So a couple of these high flyers are starting to come back in here as GSAT just took out the high of the day. Wow.
Yeah, lots of stuff popping off, and welcome to the fastest 60 minutes now on YouTube. So yeah, we're here for 60. Welcome, guys. We're talking about UiPath here. This has been a banger for me all day. A couple of chicken dinner winners there. I think we're having some sort of a fish sandwich tonight after I've spoken to the wife there. Look at this, UiPath, nice longs from 56, bang bang. We did take, so this one was our first long 56. Our best out up here 56.70. That's 70 cents. You could see a bunch of 25, 30 cents, and then a bunch out at 50, and then a banger there, and then we lose 5, or is that 5 cents, or is that's 10 cents there on the loss. Let it do its little dance. Hit that again, bang, bang, bang to the upside. This time we take $1 on UiPath. So that's on the radar now. So, yeah, for UiPath. I actually think this is a buy also long term. We do have some videos coming out soon, actually, on this weekend. Thank you for watching all of our educational videos. You can check those out on our site. And we're talking about momentum stocks and whatnot. Undercover stock, I believe UiPath, and especially after today, 9% dip. It's machine learning, it's robot AI. That's not the point. The point is today, we crush UiPath. We only have 10% left. There's 9 outs here, believe it or not. And we'll hold that last little bit to see if we do get a nice little runner. And then Clove, nice trading on Clover as well today. Just had to average into it, made some money on these outs, as you can see here on Clover, but we'll continue to watch it. This is what was today on Clover, just nasty during the show, and then all of a sudden we get that little bid there. You saw me take that at 10:30, and that's been high bids. So we actually, and I told you, this is the thing, like I don't have a problem, and you guys have asked for this, right? Let us know the position sizing. Well, I told you I doubled the size. I didn't tell you the exact size, that's part of the policy, but I doubled the size up. So all of this plus that gives me that average price there. So we're able to take it out for small wins. Clover does need to go up a little bit more if we're going to actually be up on the day. If we took it all out right here, that'd be a different story. But let's see if Clover can take out that 970. You got to play runners into the close, right? And I think Clover's going to be one of those.
And one that is running, GSAT, just like I said, took out that high of the day. But come back to the daily chart because you are going to be able to see some chopping and above this 270 that you put in just now. Got a 280 level, got a $3 even, which is going to come into play. So I'm not quite on board that this isn't running into some levels as it just went a bit parabolic on volume. So watching out 270, 280, $3 into the top side here. Now I did get that ATER trade, of course, starting to bounce back. So this one might not be done. It's trying to put in that higher low, so lower high, I should say, and that previous high, 985. If it holds this level, I think we're going to get that push down, breaking this 940 into this cluster here, 920, and then maybe we'll get out the rest of it at 9 even. Lots of room for this to come back in, especially if we can hold this 985. Now, if it bounces to the downside, gets right to this 950 again and bounces up, at that particular point, I'd probably move my stop to 985, closer to break even, acknowledging how strong it's been. BBIG, and then we're both in, you're still long in this one.
No, I got it. Yeah,
okay, so yeah, we both, I mean, it had that redonkulous wick to the downside where I actually accidentally got short and got out flat. Probably should have just held on to the accidental short because it would have gone another 40, 50 cents, but I didn't want it. This actually is now held above $10. So that $10 level was key. That was the absolute bottom we're able to get on that long. You have a higher low even after these capitulation candles to the downside. So holding 1060, it's trying to make another break towards the top. BBIG, it feels like it's barcoding here, but as long as it's above 10, I feel like it might not be done just yet. Brendan?
All right, some of the payment processors, online payment processors, under pressure this afternoon. I'll show you PayPal here. Was down anyways on the day, big time, but this happened mid-afternoon or so, just before 2 o'clock. Amazon working on a new point of sale system. So Square, PayPal, Shopify even, I noticed in Toronto, had a bit of a volume spike as well. But that was what happened right there for Square, guys.
Yeah, you don't want Amazon coming in and disrupting your business. So PayPal, Square going to be a problem for them. We'll see. I mean, I think a lot of those companies, it may be more of a problem for, Paysafe is more on the transaction side rather than the point of sale, but we'll wait to see. That is a transaction, but more covering the transaction, not putting a big Paysafe logo there like PayPal does. But okay, we will talk about that. Here's BBIG, man. I mean, it doesn't get any better than these outs, I don't think anyways. 1204, and then we actually have a 1219. It does get a little bit better. It goes up to 1250, 1240 or so. So how we were playing this, buying early and out, right? Buying this dip and out, buying that dip and out. And then here, getting out the last piece right there. Then when we start to rip up right there, we did take a break of 1170. This was during Memes and Movers. A big congratulations to both Prad and to Valeria for kicking butt on that. And Memes and Movers back tomorrow for another hour and a half from 11 to 12:30. You can put that on your calendar every day. Okay, 1170 bang right there, 1220. So again, that's 20 cents there. That's 50 cents there. And then the last third, we lose that 40 cents. So we basically wash it out and leave us with about a 20 or 30 cent win on that part. But it just goes to show you, sometimes when it blasts like that, you got to take them all out. If you go back to the daily range, we're already breaking above that. So, I mean, that 1190 should have stood out, and that would have been a good out for BBIG. But hey, man, still a top stock for me today. BBIG will rock and roll with that one. I'm still watching UiPath, and then look what's back from the dead a little bit here. Ford. 1290 was our bid. Again, if you joined us on the early show, we talked about defending this, I can't go back too far right here. This 1280 from yesterday. So we did do that. We took that, and now we've just been getting out near VWAP around this 13 area. I still think we can get a little bit higher, but you see VWAP starting to edge down. Lower highs being made right now. So not in love with this name, but we'll see where we go with Ford.
Yeah, I want to get to any here, and I know a lot of you guys were watching this one both from the morning show. It didn't really do much throughout midday, but then making a break to the high. Now, obviously, you had a decent short here that got stopped out at the top, probably a good decision. But here's the 15-minute on any, and this is why I just couldn't wrap my head around this breakout here at like 720 when it took this high. And I know it's sort of consolidating, but look at what happens when you pull this back a couple of weeks, right? Like you get these failed breaks, 725, 750, eventually going parabolic to 12, and then just filling the gap right in to the same resistance level. And a lot of times when you have those big one-time, one-off moves that immediately come back in, a lot of times you can just throw that resistance line right back in at like 750 to 760. So ANY is kind of putting a level like that in. That's why I don't like the long breakout, which normally, you might look at this and say, okay, breakout off the open pre-market high actually holds the breakout price at 635 twice, and then you break the top here. That's usually a pretty solid setup, but I just look at the higher time frame and can't get on board with it. GSAT here, just watching this start to come back in. I was a bit skeptical about this one for the long break as well, going to the higher time frame. And that's what I'm just trying to do, is like incorporate multiple time frames to say, okay, well, this sets up here for that type of a trade, but this is why I don't like it, because now I'm getting a lack of confirmation on the higher time frame, and that's what happens into GSAT. Now, it could consolidate and break 280, fair enough. I've chosen the two that I like to the short side, so I don't want to stray too far away from them. There is one name that I do want to come back to because I don't want to ignore some of the big caps. We can get to Upstart in a quick second, but Tesla essentially flat on the day, but it actually bounced off of 740, right? 740, that's a price that I always remember on this particular stock. Oh, not split adjusted. But if you want to look at the consolidation before the recent break, this is around that 740 cluster. It always had some resistance here before. So the fact that we just bounced off of 740 is gorgeous. It looks even better when you go to the 15-minute chart. So Tesla looking pretty solid. As long as the market wants to hold up, I'd be pretty primed to use this level tomorrow. If we're going to be sort of heading into this level, you could have a potential further break on Tesla with that 740 as a bit of an out. So excited about that. It bounced off a fantastic level when the market was bottoming out.
And yeah, exactly. We're trying to watch out to see what's going to happen here. You know, Ethereum's starting to rip up a little bit. Where is it? Through 3,500 right now. So a nice little bounce off the bottom. We talked about 3,200 earlier this morning, and then now it's bouncing. Nice little move to the upside right now. If anybody out there listens to hip hop or is a fan of hip hop, we were talking about Donda versus CLB, Certified Lover Boy. So let me know in the chat. Me, V, and Pratt, I guess, we're bumping some of these songs, and we had some discussion. So maybe I'll put a poll up about that. But Certified Lover Boy, you know what? To be honest with you, Donda's starting to grow on me a little bit there, so I may have to go with that. But let me know. Both are whack. Yeah, both are mid, maybe some people say, but there's CLB. I mean, we're in the 6, right? So I'm supposed to be all over our friend.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, we live in the 6. No, we do live there. But
no, I'm saying allegedly you have to be a fan of.
Well, you don't have to be, but I mean, you know, prodigal son here. So we don't have to support Drake like you're saying. But anyways, that's that. See, new Soulja Boy album. Okay, we'll watch that one. A lot of people liking Donda, their CLB. Okay, so they're both there. So we'll see about that. But anyways, maybe I'll put a poll up just while we're bumping some songs there in the last hour or so. So that's all. I just want to get people's opinions. But there we go. Looks like it's a mixed review.
100%. Yeah, I mean, getting some Drake is better. We're going to get a little bit back and forth there. But as that was happening, ATER decided to make a run for the hills here, and the hills, of course, being the high of the day. I got a hard stop at that high, but it just pressed in there, broke up to 1010, which is not 1017, the current high. I think it has a decent chance. There we go. Actually, just stopped it out, so that's going to cancel my take profit order as well. But this one off to the races. This one, it's a little bit more interesting on the daily chart for the break, because this was a hard bottom consolidation breaking up, and you get past this level here, 1150 to 1175 is going to stand out big time on this, and that's a good 10% from where we're standing right now. A little bit more room to run than a GSAT, so might look to find my way into a long position. As I say all of that, maybe should just reverse that particular price. If I can get like a 10 quarter, I might be jumping into this one to the long side finally.
All right. It doesn't look like really, guys. I mean, I really think that Ford needs to start to go at some point, but it doesn't look like it wants to. We can go over to any. I see that there's some talk about that one. We'll see what that's going to do. 721 right now on 8. Come on, let's go charts. There is a problem always near the end of the show here, but hopefully the charts will start to pick up again. So 740 there, nice. I was going to look at a daily chart, but right now, okay, so if we're looking here for today, any hasn't done, I mean, it's up 20%, that's great. Most of that move comes right off the open at 940, where you popped up, you gave some resistance, upside about 7, since then we broke that, but back down here to 640, that looks like decent support, man. Supported there at 10. This is what you look for when you're trading these kind of stocks that tend to be movers. You want to find out, where am I going to be wrong? And on this one, I think you got to break 6 to be wrong on this long, but I don't know if it's worth it at this point. Maybe a play back into 687, something like that, could be looked at. Okay, Ford, I see you, Ford. It's funny now that I'm getting excited about it because it's finally starting to move, but we got to put some more orders upside here. I think I do have one. I have one at 03, but maybe I should put one at 02. That's right where VWAP is now. So if we can get some outs here at 02, that'll be good. But Ford, again, it looks like we're long 98, but realistically, you know, we've been battling this thing all day. So this needs to go up a little bit, not too much further than this, and we'll be back on the profits. But here we go. Let's see if Ford can take out 303. Guys, that's where we're sitting. And then after that, I mean, honestly, 310 would be nice. If we can get to that, we'll take it all out.
There's a line: what goes up must come down, what goes down must come up. ATER, why not, man? I don't know, like, it's sometimes you got to go long, and this one's set up a little bit better. Now I'm going to only have gotten the first out here in front of that 1050 when we reversed at that quarter mark, but I think it has some room to run. Give it back to like a 985, 10 area. I mean, the short did set up nicely after a failed break through 10, but it is now sustaining that move. As I pointed out, you know, there is a bit of a secondary push, and you got this obvious level that stands out, 1050, 1075, and then up to like a 12 even on ATER. Obviously, EFTR, you're seeing me sit into this. We have to be flat at the end of the day, as all of you know. So as this barcode side to side, it hasn't shown me that I'm wrong on that short at 39.50, but that doesn't mean that I can hold on to it indefinitely, right? Like I don't have a choice. If it holds 31, which it's done 1, 2, 3, 4 times now above that price, I'm going to have to give it up and maybe take it out at 32, 33 instead of thinking it comes back into VWAP. I like the chances. It looks weak enough, but I feel like the sellers are losing control at least, and this stock went up 150%. Even tested that all-time high, failed back down to the all-time high. You'd think it would have flushed by now, and I got to keep that in the back of my mind. Brendan?
As Global Star just popping back up again, guys. GSAT testing this high one more time. If you go back to the daily chart, that's 265 from that initial day that we popped up to these levels. So we're right at 265 right now. All kinds of volume going off on GSAT.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at a longer term time frame here, the daily. You still have, good point. They're breaking that 240, which was a couple highs, a couple days ago high, 240. Once you take that out, it's go time on that name. So G-Star right here, you can see this is E-Signal, has it up here. Global Star, so that's the name, as it's starting to rip upside. I mean, a break of 3 and you are off to the races. So watch out. This used to be a pink sheet name. Not even, I mean, right here, I guess it was on the pink sheets. And it was 20, 36, 70 cents or so. Down there, eating 70 cents, 30 cents. And now we're ripped up to $3. That's a 10 bagger. Looks like it's trying to do that again. But hey, if you're gonna go short right now, GSAT, I mean, you have until 3, so it's not the end of the world. You could probably risk a little bit here and then come back in. But on the daily, that's what that looks like. And then right here for the minute chart, you're up that 28% and just bouncing right now off 270, 273-ish. It could be something. I don't know. Again, I'd rather take this. You see some support down here at 240. So let's put some bids. If GSAT can come back in, that's a stock to look at. And this is what we're doing differently right now in the middle of the show, right? It's trading names that are moving because you're not going to get those crazy moves that a lot of us are looking for here at the end of the day. So GSAT, Global Star, looks good. I'd rather have it go through 3 or a bid back down here at 240.
Yeah, I'd like that 3 level for sure. The ATER looks like the first leg will be good. The second leg of the long, maybe not so much. Got a couple of questions. Well, maybe the same question twice about DT. I will throw the thoughts down pretty quickly here. Previous high going back to the end of the month in August. This will be this 875 level. You then had a pullback. Support there, 875, the fail break on the squeezes yesterday, up at $10, and then you're going to come right back in on monster selling, right back to that 875. So, I mean, by the way, it's I'm not here tomorrow. It's going to be a room, by the way. So I was about to say this will be on my radar. I was writing this down for my notes tomorrow to say, look at 875. If this level breaks, you got room down into 825, down into $8. I won't be able to trade that. You guys can watch a room, but you can see that resistance level turning into support that, if broken, gives you some runway to the downside. If held, it's obviously going to set up here for maybe like one of those like 9.25 breakouts or a dip buy in front of it, but I wouldn't be holding anything in front of that 870 to 875. That could be a pretty ugly turn on DT, straight 10% down to that 8 even mark. So those are my quick little thoughts there. Any of you in any, I see people asking. That's a great one. I love the puns you can make with any are just numerous. Now, I've been waiting for this one.
There are many.
There are many. I like that. This one. Sometimes you gotta give it up. But like you said, for GSAT and $3, I feel that way about any in like 750, 760, going to the higher time frame. Like, let it push to this level before breaking up. Otherwise, I still feel like you can fade this name, and I'm not just saying that because I faded it before. I'm just sort of saying that because in the higher time frame, it does line up a little better, breaking 750, 760 than where it sits right now. So trying to be patient with ANY, make sure we get the trade that we want out of this name. And GSAT does pull back, but I'm not, I prefer 3. Like we said before, if you wanted to short in front of that level, go ahead. If it bounces down to 250, could be there. If any bounces down to like 690, could catch a little bit of a, I guess, falling sword here, because it's actually held some support at VWAP pretty nicely all afternoon.
Yeah, I want to say congratulations to everybody that sent their kids back to school, whether or not you're online learning, virtual school, whatever you're doing, or in person. For us and for my family, it's glad to be able to put them back into school. So we're excited as they're going back tomorrow. So that's going to be a good one for the Katina household, and we'll see, and hopefully the same for the Roberts household. But
well, it'll be the first one. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm not nervous to go to school.
I told you she's going to be a wreck.
I'm nervous for my daughter. It's her first day of school. I don't remember what I felt like on my first day of school. So
you don't remember that?
I'm excited for her. I don't really remember too much. It's kindergarten. Like, I remember. I remember I was in Ottawa.
I
I was in Ottawa for a little bit.
Oh man, okay, for tomorrow's show, you won't be here. No, there's a real sick picture of like my first day at school.
Oh, sweet.
Wait till you see. I'll ask the wife right now if we can find it. It's a pretty fun one.
Okay, sorry. This is back to trading for a quick second. Finally, EFTR breaks 31. So here we go. I just broke that 31 level we're looking for. I'm hunting for this area here, 28, 29. I am now going to move my stop. It went from 35. I'll cancel that in a second, but I'll put it right in here at 33. So I want to be trailing this down. You'll sort of see me live. Let me get this order in here, and I'll go blah, blah, blah. There we go. Just move my stop in. So I'll use a breaking here, kind of cross up to like 34 aggressively. Want to let this run into the downside. Now, what I can do here is maybe even cancel this bid, maybe let it work into 27, get out manually if it enters that 27 to 29 range. I've now trailed it again, so I feel like I have some cover. So I might be holding this one to the close, or close enough to the close, I should say, that I want to see it retrace. Because if it flushes and halts down, I might just, cancel any bid that I have, try to hold through a halt. I feel like I got the top on EFTR, and when you got the top like this, you might as well shoot the moon. I guess most people know what shoot the moon means. Like we used to play a lot of hearts back, not hearts. No, I can't even remember the name of the game.
It's not euchre. Is it euchre? I can't remember. Shoot the moon. I see a lot of people.
It is hearts.
A lot of people know what it is, but we don't. So yeah. Anyways, who knows?
Oh.
This is people. Yeah, we are not drunk. No, we are not.
Aren't we though?
We are drunk on trades. We did film a few more videos for you guys, and not that we're exhausted, but it is what it is. Okay, Target. Let's talk about going back to school. Look, I'm really. Target's pretty good at these levels right here. I just want to bring that to people's attention. 240 right there at the top. We've bounced off 240 again. Now we're starting to make the move back to the upside. I like stock that are on their way to the 50-period moving average, especially if they are names that have some sort of catalyst. And I mean, there is no better catalyst in my opinion right now than back to school. There's no stopping the consumer apparently, right? And so that's going to be a play here, I think, for a while. Target right now getting back upside. I like that play. Their earnings were pretty good, and a serial dividend payer. Yep. And I think you got to like Target. It's not that it's a huge dividend by any stretch of the imaginations, but there is one there. Let's check out BBIG right now. Okay, 11 again. It looks like I thought it was going to start to run a bit again, but it doesn't look like it is. 300 million shares. Very, very hard to ignore. This is the 1-minute chart. Oh man, I wish there was something here for us. I wish it was right back here because I like this 1160 take one more time, and then because I know we can probably get out at 12, without too many problems. So if you could break upside here, 1160, then that'll be a good one. We're also into these levels of support right now. How about a VWAP break, 1115 right now for BBIG Vinco Ventures? Yeah, let's do that. 1115 break. We're gonna go long on Vinco Ventures. Is that you, Brendan?
Yeah, just checking on Crocs here, guys. I'll show you why. There we go. Huge volume spike here on Crocs, guys. So just popping up 2.5%. Just went 137 to 140 for CROX.
Yeah. Are you talking to me about losing? Sorry. I'm talking to people on the chat here and they can't hear me. Conrad, yeah. So right now, if you're talking to me, yes, I am down today on Clover.
I'm down too.
Okay, so maybe if you're talking to both of us, we're both down. But it's not bad. It's not bad at all. It's a 16-cent winner right now. We doubled up our position right there. If I would have gotten them all out up here, then it would have been fine. But we did it. So that's why right now we're waiting for Clover to pop. I mean, this is building. I mean, it just looks ridiculous because there's so many outs. But that is what it is. That's, as I said, when I doubled up the shares, I just don't want to be stuck with these near the end of the day. If it does break back down below, there's certain spots I'm going to have to get out at, right? So right now I'm using this 925 as my out. But I don't have any other offers upside. We're going to wait. I mean, I do have one at 59, which is right here. I am going to wait to see if it does go. Talk about having a runner on board. I mean, this is the one that I'm waiting for. So hopefully Clover can continue its move. Continuing would be down, but hopefully it can make this base. Then we can get back up to VWAP, which at that point, we could celebrate some wins on Clover. But until then, I'm going to wait for it. But it is basing out real nice here on Clover, so I don't mind that one. And then UiPath shoots up to the #1 stock for me today. And we talked about that early. Remember I said off the top, and I forget her name, and I do apologize. And I want to give a big shout out, first of all, to a new member. What's up to Lone Sophos there? Is that Is that right to say that? I don't know. But thank you so much. And I believe you're on our Memes and Movers show as well. So thank you for becoming.
I remember the super chat from Memes and Movers.
Yeah,
that was right.
I think that's right. So thank you for becoming a member. It's $5 a month, and it's just to support the channel. So if you guys can do that, that's fantastic. But UiPath, again, we talked about learning from our mistakes. Look at this wick all the way back down, then straight to the upside. That got me going on the longs today, using these bottom wicks as support. And then it happened again right there. And honestly, that should have been bought, but we waited for 56 to break. It did, and it's all full forward here with UiPath.
Did you say bottom wick or bottom wickens?
I said bottom wick, but bottom wickens is a thing.
That's what I thought. Anytime you make a long off a bottom like that, you got to go bottom wickens every time. Stick around for trade of the day. I'll get it out of the way here because I'm not here tomorrow. It's going to be Upstart, which I'm not ignoring talking about this trade, but it is bear mentioning because that rollover was pretty good at the high. But look how strong. When the market came back, Upstart came back in an absolute rush. But look at the top. Look at 275, which incidentally was the best price I had to the short side. And look at how well it's holding up at that price level, finding some resistance on Upstart. And this is what the daily chart looks like. We actually have a video coming out talking about how do you safely short stocks like this. Sometimes wait for a confirmation. I thought this morning it would be a multi-day event. The simple fact that it's rejecting this here, I wouldn't play this to the short side now. I think that sets up for maybe a failure off of this level, off of those highs tomorrow morning if it can go again, but not necessarily into the close where it could easily check up unless the market comes down, maybe not give you that gigantic flush. Your risk to reward is better when it has the entire day to come to the downside, in my opinion, when you have a stock that is going to be this strong. But it was a big one. It was a solid one. I would just hold off until tomorrow's action for that trade. ATER. Oh, I don't like you. I don't like you, ATER. I finally go long. Oh, there we go. There's a minute chart. I finally reverse into a long position. Look how beautifully this sets up, right? Like, this is where I was short before. Yeah. This is my out. This is why I reversed to the long. It gets them out for a winner, but then I'm getting out right where I was shorting before, and now it's right back to where my first target was the other way. So if you just sort of ignore that top breakout trade, and sometimes, I always say take some profit when you're looking at a breakout like this because I don't want to get caught holding the bag, and that allows you to lose less, obviously, if it goes against you. I wish I had found my way to hang on to that short, but it looked a little bit better for the long breakout than something like a GSAT, and as I say all of that, GSAT's still hanging out at that high. It still hasn't broken 275, nowhere close to that $3 range. This could be one that you file it away for tomorrow and say $3 big level, especially if it can't even take out 275 here. Get some runway maybe into that level going into tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We only have now 30 minutes left, so we really got to make sure that we do have a certain amount of trades ready, locked and loaded here to get out and then hold them for tomorrow. We can't hold them for tomorrow, so I think that's the one thing that we have to remember as far as for our trading anyways, is Neil and I have to be flat at the end of every single day. So, it gives a little bit of sort of, I don't know, just letting you guys know that if you are looking for a trade, something like what we're doing, there are swing potentials here, and I think Clover could be a good one for a swing, and I would like to hold that as well. Thank you so much for Mike Chan or Mick Chan there. Thank you so much for the $3. Hey, man, we'll take $3. Oh, yeah, $3. Talk about, Tim Hortons, what up? There's O Canada again. So we had a little small coffee there from Timmy's. Although, I really
that'd be the dark roast, though.
It has to be, yeah. It is, yeah. So we prefer the dark roast. That's for damn sure. Or the McDonald's coffee. Let me know if you like McDonald's or Tim Hortons better. For me, it's an easy one with McDonald's. And Valeria, I hear in the background saying something about Starbucks. And I just actually got an email from Starbucks that my points are about to expire. So I definitely haven't been to Starbucks as much as I
know someone who will take use of those. And speaking of AMC here, okay, that's a $1.50 move on AMC in the last couple of minutes.
Hello.
Obviously, there's probably no news on AMC, just maybe a bit of a squeeze play. But look at the level it just came into. Morning resistance here at 48. Again here at 48. And a bit of a, oh my goodness, it was about, it wasn't on level 2 there. It was about, I want to call it like 60 or 70,000 shares that just got eaten alive at 48. As I was about to say, it could have turned at 48. It just went right through churning that level. I'm not buying this parabolically up here. I wish I was able to catch it at like 47.40, but I want to watch anywhere near this 48.70 and call it like 49.10. If it wants to turn in that range, that could be a bit of work. Somebody sold a boatload of shares there for real at 48, so that could have been somebody covering along, initiating short. It's really hard to tell when someone stacks an order like that, but they definitely wanted that fill, that's for sure.
Stack. I'm just looking at my, thanks Shakib. There it is, Hydration Nation, we're back in the building.
Really?
And thanks for reminding me, but I gotta put it back over here. We have a lot of real estate here now, but not as much as before. Okay, so we'll keep going here. False, people talking about caffeine here now, so what have I done? All right, right now, I don't have, you know what, at most probably 3 coffees in a day. Like I'll drink 1 or 2 during the first show sometimes. Today I emptied half, each of them only drank half, so and we get another one there. And the coffee here is pretty good, but not the greatest. Okay, so that's that. Apple coming off highs down that 1.19%. AMC, you just talked about that. Wow, what a good move for AMC. What the hell? AMC, yeah, we crushed this long right here on AMC. Bang. It went right to the spot again. Like, look where we got out. Looks like the right spot. That there was support there. We're using that as a break for support, but that looks like that supported that. We did have one trade on AMC, long 47 the first time, out 47.80 first, then out at view up on the way back down for 40s, and then we take a flat break there. So again, AMC, a very profitable stock for us today. Could always be better, though, as it looks like it's trying to make more moves up. There's that 48 resistance level. We talked about that over and over again. It does go up to 49, though, today. So if it wants to breaker, we'll do that. Remember,
this
GME...
stock is so predictable, man. Where's that?
One?
Oh, I got to do this.
Oh, AMC, yeah.
So it pulls back off that 48, and this is VWAP here. This is like the lower high that it put in off that 48 level earlier. Where do you think it just bounced? Like 47.40, 47.50, right in between VWAP and 47.50. It was able to get like 47.46 instantly out there for a quick like 20-cent scalp. I'll get the rest out, probably somewhere in that 3/4 because, look, obviously there was a real seller at 48, and that harsh pullback. I don't need to be sitting in this forever. Ain't about the paper hands here, but I love the fact that now sometimes a dip buy isn't that, it isn't that complicated to see where it's going to come back in, especially in that strong move. This is a 1-minute chart, by the way. That strong move pulling back in. If we can catch this one holding 47.50, I only want an extra maybe 10 cents out of this trade, and then we can walk away from it. As far as the stop goes, I can kind of just throw it here below like 47.35, and as I say that, who needs it? In, out, bingo, bango, bongo. A lot of times when you look at these pullbacks, strong push on volume. If it goes out to the obvious level, what I think it's going to retrace to the obvious level as well, and I don't need to hold on to this one forever. That's what I'm doing over here in EFTR, which is now $10 in the money. I'm only looking for another like 50 cents though. That's kind of stupid.
Well, no, that's good. What is this level? 40, yeah, 48. So we take out 48 again on AMC. Let's take it for some real rides here to the upside. If we can get back to that top, man, we'll do that and see if it goes. But 48, let's put in a stop order now to get longer or get something long here as AMC is about to break right now. So we're watching. Ooh, it just resists that top again, 48. I don't mind this break. I mean, it's got to go at some point. Here goes AMC right now. And, to be wrong on this, back to VWAP. Why not? 47.40 or so if we're going to be wrong. So let's see if AMC wants to go upside. We'll see. It looks like Clover right now is trying maybe to go. It did. Ooh, what? Oh no. I told you guys we were at 59 there. It went to 57. So maybe we have to fix our offer there, but we just did. I thought we were going to get that, but we didn't. We missed that one, so we'll have to wait on that. But yeah,
usually you do fit 2s and 7s in front of even levels.
I don't know. Yeah, it was just because Clover is moving a lot, so I wasn't really playing too many levels like that. But up here, this is where we were out before, 58, 59, 58, 59. So we'll just adjust that and get better on that move. But Clover trying to make those moves. Looking out there, we just got into AMC. So AMC now cracking above 48. We actually got 48.05s. Don't know why that was
probably a hold, I guess.
I don't know. We'll see. But here it goes. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 48 and change. We will check the imbalances coming out. Remember, it's GameStop time, so that could be something there with some of these stocks. Although obviously not the same company. Do they move together? We'll see. But that's part of the play right now.
Oh,
looks like it just resisted off 48. I can't believe I'm long 48 when I kept talking about that as being the high. But we'll see. We're playing the momentum.
I got to drop this one in. I just got trailed out on EFTR. It got right down into that target range. But if you look at the 120, we'll go right here. This is the 120 breakout that's put in on volume. That's right at 29.5. The second it broke down below that level and started testing in this cluster here, I had to trail it all the way down. It's going to end up being about a $10 winner from top to bottom here. But let's keep in mind how strong this is. This is ridiculous, man. This was $12.80 at the close. It opened at $11.70 and is still holding up at $29. So I'm a little bit shocked at how strong this stock has been.
All right, guys, it's dancing time right now because there goes AMC. Nice move up to 50s or up to 40s right now. And we did cash that out. We took a first part out at 25 like we do all the time. And then we take another part out just ahead of 50 there at 40. So there it is, man. 40 cents right away there on AMC. And now we can hold the rest. And now it's fine. We'll see where it goes. If we can get back to 59, 49, we'll do that again, man. These are 80 cents. Yeah, again, this is just a lot of volume coming in right now. I don't know. I mean, we do know that there was news coming out. There was news, sorry, that they're spending, maybe Brendan can find this exact story, but it was something like 50 million or something on advertising.
They had like a campaign with, what's her...
yeah, there's some sort of a face
what's that
there.
actress, Australian actress?
I'll find it at some point.
Nicole Kidman, that's what was. We'll go to Brendan here.
Yeah. Well, we just ruined it.
Right there.
Oh, it might have. Well, he said Nicole...
Guessed it.
Lucas said no. Lucas yelled out Nicole Kidman.
Please put it on Lucas right now.
He yelled it out.
Wait for it.
He doesn't know how. Okay, what a surprise. Maggie and Lucas. No, I just want to give a shout out. There's nothing wrong with what you guys did. Okay, so good call there. Thank you. Missed it. Do it again. There it is. Hey, what's up? Thank you to Lucas and to Maggie there. As you see, shadows of them, but they are there. They are in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if someone's in the building, they're controlling the show. Okay, so 13:04 right now. Here we go. Come on. We're going to show diamond hands just because I've been in this damn trade the whole day. So we're going to wait to see. Hopefully it can come up. My next target, nothing now. We wanted to get out some when we broke through VWAP. So let's see if Ford does have some kind of a bid, and we'll try 13:08 kind of as a spot here. And that'll get us back to where we need to be on Ford today. I like Ford a lot. A 13.25 or 13.30 break is great on the daily. What up, Brendan?
Today's SPAC of the day is going to be Hellbiz. I kid you not, Hellbiz Incorporated, which was formerly Green Vision Acquisition Corporation. Just popped and halted there, guys, at 11 on volatility, 54%. Huge volume spike there. It's pretty thin, though, so tread lightly.
Yeah, so I do, like you look at halt trades. Normally, I like halt trades, but this time of day, you have to have a different approach when it comes to those, and you can't just simply be looking at those setups that you'd have on before. This should be on your radar for tomorrow. That's what you look for. Maybe you can make some quick little long ideas there, but in terms of fading, not going to be doing it. GameStop, which we know reports. Look, it moved as well, actually breaking out through highs. The context for this should be, look at this range. We talked about this in the morning, I think. I know we did anyways. When you had that squeeze a couple weeks ago from that 170, you had this 200 level, which looks pretty key. Risk all the way to like 225. So 225 upside, 170 downside. GameStop is going to be a mover no matter what. And the fact that it's trying to break up here and hold that 200 level, I think is pretty solid in for those bears. But look at the whipsaw action that you want to be almost staying away from at that close, at this close, because you could have an imbalance at 350. We'll definitely have to see on GameStop. But just watch out in the aftermarket for some of these levels. If there's any kind of a big flash crash or something in GameStop, look all the way to 170. Look all the way to 225,
Look at
230.
this.
That stuff will happen.
Wow, what a good trade here on AMC. Up $1 now from where we took this thing. Breaking through 48, man. And did we peg this one? Yes, we did. What's up to Momentum Hunter? Thank you so much. I don't know if you're just doing this, but I want to thank you so much for being a member for 5 months. That's the first part. And then AMC partner news with GME. I mean, doing what? But anyways, I don't know. I don't know if I trust that, but Momentum Hunter, what's up? Obviously now we've sparked some interest with our main man, Brendan. Going to find out if that is true. Liz Clayman, Brendan. We can find out who that is. And then we'll see what's going on with that Twitter feed. But up to 49, that was going to be my out. And there it is. That's the call, man. Not only did we make that call, but we didn't take it. But there it goes right up to 49, resisting again. So that was a good out. Hopefully some of you guys did have that. I had an offer there and canceled it when I saw that note. But it looks like that is going to be what it is to the upside right now. Let's just keep on going, man. Some people asking, Chris, you're asking about Day Trade the World. Just speak to your rep there if you're talking about the percentages, okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Metacom, could you please, we're looking at BBIG. We'll go back to BBIG here.
Yeah, why not?
Because, I mean, like, the stock is barcoding. I don't see a trade in BBIG, and I haven't really seen one all afternoon because of how it's really whippy. It's barcoding. I guess there was a short off of 1150. But this volume, now over 300 million. If you do come to the level 2, look, it's an overwhelming majority of volume through the dark, and you can quickly see that by a glance at what's going on in the time and sales here, and the lack of actual lit order flow, which is sitting. Look, the split order flow sitting back in the book like a few pennies almost every single time at these levels. So that makes it a dirty trade, and that's why you see it trading like this. Going to go up like 10, 15 cent ranges back and forth and whippy action. Don't love that as a day trader unless you have some kind of a program that will take advantage of it. I'm just not a huge fan of being able to try to make some sense of a move like this. It's still above 10, right? And as long as BBIG is above this 10 level, which we sort of talked about from this morning when we're buying the dips for a good reason, I think, here. Resistance here, a couple of failed breaks, gives a pull, it gives a gap up, and then holds pre-market lows at 10 even. As long as it's above that price, it has a really legitimate chance to make a fresh high. But I just won't be trading it going into this last 20 minutes of the day.
I'm just watching this AMC go up here. I have an offer at 90, so we'll see if AMC can come up to that level. I mean, it's only right now 20 pennies away from a big, big win for us here on AMC. So, yeah, we're going to watch this as it just continues to go. I mean, my hands are off the keyboard. I have my offer out. All we need to do is rip up just a little bit more. Oh, it stops at 75 again. Maybe 75 is just going to be our out here on AMC. That's a couple times it stopped right there back and forth, and my offer is a little bit higher than that. So we just missed out a nice little pullback there of 25 cents. Off that level. So we do miss that. We'll put an offer at AMC around 70 and see if that gets taken out now, because I don't know, we missed it. Darn it. If this goes back down, then I don't feel bad, but we did miss that order. Let's just put the offer out right now and see if we can get it around that 75 mark. And then if AMC goes up to that, then yeah, good for us. And
I love that trade. I'm going to get a congratulations for that trade.
Yeah.
But you saying this morning, never stop learning. Metacom, ELI5. I've never seen that before. I'm not a big online guy, so like explain like I am 5. I like that. That's a great term. Explain it like I'm 5 years old. So that's what you meant by talking.
The problem is my 5-year-old is smarter than me.
All 5-year-olds are like, it's
so that doesn't really.
now, man.
I mean, I like that saying, but I don't know if it works in my family. Brendan, was that who it was?
All right, so this Liz Clement, or Clayman, however you want to pronounce this, she is a Fox Business news reporter. So this is her actual tweet. You can see verified, saying, and I quote, AMC CEO Adam Aron on Clayman Countdown, which is the name of her show. So also tagging the name of her show, their account in this. We have made contact with GME GameStop on a partnership. We're not ready to say what it is. Says AMC now playing offense to get folks back to the theaters. So yeah, we mentioned the Nicole Kidman ad spend. I'm just presenting the information, guys. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's all you got to do.
That's perfect. Yeah, so that's it. I mean, whether or not you take that, I think what Brendan's saying is, take it with a sort of a grain of salt, but it's out there. It's an official Twitter statement there. And yeah, Fox Business News. I'll keep my opinions to myself. But other than that, yeah, Brendan is very excited there. Stop console wars. And yeah, we're very, very excited. Your birthday's tomorrow, Mohammed. Happy birthday to you,
yes,
Mohammed.
Sir.
I don't know if that's true or not, but it doesn't really matter. I'm going to check out PayPal for you anyways. So thank you, Mohammed. Hey, I'll say happy birthday to you and to anybody else. PayPal's come down. We already talked about why that was. Brendan, I think it was right about here, 2 o'clock. I saw the headline come through. Should have done something about it, but didn't. PayPal, now going to be, there's some point of sale talk here with Amazon and processing and things like that. So you can see PayPal down huge. I mean, 3% is pretty big. Square as well, down. Obviously, that's a New York stock. That's probably going to be down to something very, very similar to that once we can see. So I think you buy these dips. No, not actually. Yeah, there's Square. I mean, here's the news. Square did recover from there. But again, today, if you're on a huge growth stock like Square, and today, obviously, money coming out of the NASDAQ down 0.5%. A lot of these high names, high growth names like a NEO, like a Square, you can include PayPal in there, although I really wouldn't, but you could. Are all coming to the downside right now today. So there's a lot of money coming out. Even my friend DraftKings, I noticed, started to fade off a little bit today. Oh, it's back. Okay. So DraftKings was down. Yeah, there it was. Look at that. Down to 62 and change. Now it's battled back okay, but still negative on the day. We did sell out of some of our DraftKings the other day.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, we're just looking in the chat here, guys, and everyone's sort of talking, like throwing symbols out there. I'm looking at support. I almost said spirit, and I've been way better at not calling support spirit. I was doing that for days. I'm not really seeing a heck of a. There was just a volume spike on a bit of a breakout, which just looks like a technical break, I guess, at this 2075 area. Not really seeing anything else that would be the catalyst. Keep in mind where this stock has been. This has already come up and down as one of those plays. And then I look at this consolidation that it has in here. It's hard to get excited about a real break, and I'll zoom in on the 15 minutes so you can see better. And I think I might have said this morning, until you start getting above like this 24.5 area here, there's just so many points of resistance where there might be bag holders on this, on these other little spikes here, that I can't really get behind unless you're doing like a really micro breakout trade. And that's why I sort of said, that 2075, like there's probably traders that are like, yeah, okay, but 2075 into 2120, like that's the type of trade that I would put on when the 15 minute looks like that. Thinking it's going to go to 22, always could have a squeeze in support, but the bigger moves I think are above that 24 if it can even get there. Always when in doubt, zoom out, as we like to say. That ATER, this is going to be the bane of my existence. For sure, because I did open up shorting this one twice. Once just before we came back on at 3. The other one right after I got stopped out and it came back in. I reverse into a long. I finally go long one of these things and you see what happens. All the way back down to 9. 9 was the target, but it doesn't matter because I don't have it. But I can do this to myself. We talk about the winners and the losers. I did like that one for reverse. Looks like it's coming all the way back, potentially to VWAP with only 15 minutes to go. So I guess maybe not.
So we just, that's part of the problem. Oh, we can look at Canada here quickly on the imbalances. Nothing. Again, say it all the time, but thousands doesn't really mean anything. Even millions can tend to not mean anything. But right now, just IPL, Suncor, that's about it. Enbridge at 52-week highs right now as well. Enbridge is my largest holding, and that in Rogers, my largest holdings in the TSX. Okay, so again, dividends, so that's
should have got us a reliever, Rogers. You're rich enough.
Yes, exactly.
That's me complaining about the Jays. Rogers owns the Jays, obviously.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, Jay's playing really nice ball right now, so that's good. It'll help us. Okay, 48, 20. Again, look at that, man. Missed opportunity there. We will flush ourselves down the toilet. I mean, it's a good trade for us on AMC. It's going to be fine. It's just that we did flush ourselves down there because we missed it by like 5 cents. I mean, you saw me watching that as it was going. It looks like that AMC rumor. Good job, Liz Clayman. Got that to spike up there. I wonder how many options she bought down here at 46.70. I said I'd keep my opinion to myself, but there it is. Okay, so we'll look to see what happens now. All right, what else is happening? BBIG.
Oh, that just broke the bottom.
Did that break the bottom there?
It's
Yeah,
so
10.56.
dirty,
So I'm going to cancel my offer. I would have liked to go short. Oh, yeah, by the way, Arun's here tomorrow. I know we talked about that. And you mentioned him trading one of those stocks. But if you have to pay for shorts, I realized he doesn't trade those stocks. So if it's a pay for short name, you won't see Arun on that tomorrow. And he was.
It was one time, it was like a couple of cents. And I was like.
No, I know. He went on about it. And, whatever. It doesn't matter. Even Sterling Silver said, would you not pay like $100 to make $5,000? He still said no. So I don't know. I don't know the logic there, but okay. 946. We just took some more out there of Clover. There's only so much longer I can wait on this name. So unfortunately, we do take a little piece out there. Clover will be a negative name for us today, just so you all know that. And thank you, Canadian investor, for the trade on AMC. It was a good trade, just not a maximum. Didn't take it out for the maximum profits.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you don't always get that perfect trade in there, guys. But BBIG is like starting to roll over. But this looks like a big wick. I'm pulling the chart out so you can see still above that 10 level. It's more of a scalp trade, 1080 into that 1050. But simultaneously, as that goes, ATER just broke 9 even, EFTR as well. So these are all going at the same time. Broke even lower, so I might have got trailed out of that one a little bit early. But bouncing down into VWAP, it just sort of feels like a lot of those runners from this morning, with the exception of GSAT, which is still at the high of the day, are just coming right back into those lows. So watch out maybe for GameStop and AMC at 350. If imbalances do come out on those two names, should be worth watching there. But keep a close eye, because if the bottom falls out here at the close on this EFTR or BBIG, like there is some room. I know BBIG has support at 10. I would say EFGR has this halt level at about 24. Below that, it starts to get pretty hairy.
Okay, Nicole Harris. I mean, there we go. Well, shout out to Brendan. We have to go to him in a minute, but thank you, Nicole Harris, for this. Can we confirm NEO's first sedan? I mean, it shouldn't be too hard to find out. If that's true, I thought NEOs were already for sale in some U.S. States.
Maybe like someone in the location.
Maybe someone can confirm location? Or Lucid. Randy's saying no, but January. If that's true, Nicole, January of 2022, That's like not that far away, and actually that makes me more excited about NEO than less excited. So we have Brendan for something else, though. What's up?
This Twitter battle regarding these Fox business reporters. I was just going to check on these U.S. sales. I'll do that in a second. I'll show you this first. So Charles Gasparino, well known as well, Fox business reporter, replying to Miss Liz Clayman here. Securities lawyers tell Fox Business continued touting of AMC's mother of all short squeezes could constitute securities fraud as evidence of a short squeeze remains slim. She immediately responds to this saying she's ready for this and more, guys. So the Twitter battle continues.
He's ready for what? I don't know. I'm a little bit lost here on all of this. And look, my opinion was not about, I don't know. I don't even get Fox Business News here in Canada. It's like a premium channel. So I don't even subscribe to CNN. How about that? But I do subscribe to another business channel. Look, it's up to anybody. But the thing about it is, there you go. Even people on Fox going back and forth with each other. I hope it's right. We just averaged in right now to AMC. And we're just going to use this bottom break right here as we only have 15 seconds until
Level's still holding up. That's a good one so far.
It's holding. It hasn't really tested yet, but we'll see. Right now, it's on the way. This is a 1 minute chart, so it's straight to the downside there. Thank you, Mr. Gasparino, but I would rather the rumor be true than be fake. So here we go. Visa again. Cody. This is one of the weakest right now imbalances that we've ever seen on the show. I'm pretty sure. Visa there, 1.5 million. That's about it.
Visa always pairs off.
It's always pairing off, but there's a nice little spike. Not even from 228.90, so up about 20 cents there on Visa. I see a whole bunch of nothing else on here.
Yeah, and like when we say that, it's not like a whole trust us. Visa always pairs off, even though it's a few million. Every trader that I know on our floor will tell you, whenever Visa's over a couple of million shares, it tends to pair off at the close. We don't take too much credence into that. GameStop just bounced off of 199, so it's holding this 200 level pretty well. Is AMC, I think, bouncing as well. So these are moving literally almost lock in step. I would say that AMC is whippier, which kind of doesn't make sense to me because it's GameStop that has earnings, so I would have felt this to be moving more. I guess people don't want to be putting the bigger trades on at this particular time, although the volume holding up pretty nicely on GameStop over here.
Yeah, we just took some out at 80 there on AMC. So we averaged in there, we got 63s out at 80 there. So it's only 20 cents or 18, 17 cents. But now we'll wait to see. It does make that little bit of a move up here. My out's going to be right here. So regardless, now, whatever, I have an offer out. Still that 48.75 right here. If that can come, great. We have one more out in the 90s here, and then we'll see if it wants to run. This time I'm happy, man, if we can get 40s or 50s on the high side there. So AMC still trying. We did take out another piece of Ford right now at 04. So, I mean, this is going to be a good trade for us. It's too bad we're running out of time. I really think the momentum on this would have kept on going to the upside here, considering the future's not doing anything and Ford moving back up. Someone just basically flushed out a bunch of weak hands here, and I'm glad to say that it really wasn't me. I mean, I was getting out mostly at 13 here. We could have easily punched out. Instead, we averaged in. So that was a good long look there on Ford. Hopefully, it keeps going up. Clover's still doing its thing. And let's just get out a UiPath. Comes all the way back in. This is 10%. This is my number one stock today. So UiPath spitting out some cash. And I do believe that this one has room to run. So I think this is an investable name.
And I haven't even looked at this company. I'm going to say it's not an investable name. I'm just going to guess that here. HLBZ that Brendan brought to our attention. It's halted again. This time it's not opening till 4 o'clock because it's actually, well, I mean, I'm 99% sure it shouldn't open till 4 o'clock. It halted at 3:46. It's not open after 5 minutes. That's 3 consecutive halts. I stay away from these at this late in the day, but HLBZ, which Brendan brought to your attention, still under 1 million shares worth of volume. Maybe put it on your radar for tomorrow's trade. I bet you got to pay for short, so I'm sure Arun will not trade it, even if it's like half a cent, which I still don't think actually makes any sense to me. But
well, people are saying he's a man of principles, but so am I.
Principle is priceless, but come on. And we both got that line from a good friend of ours. Principle is priceless, but if it cost literally 0.3 cents, which is the lowest
I actually don't
amount.
even know what friend of ours said that.
Andrews.
Oh, did he?
That's his line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Principle
is priceless.
He has a lot of principles. Okay, so here goes UiPath straight to the upside. What's up to all of our friends? I mean, it's great that we're still, paying attention and friends with some of our friends from grade school. Shout out to all of our friends. And again, we just had a nice football draft on the weekend. If I can find a picture, I will, of Neil and I. And someone said...
we're playing week 1, you know that, eh?
Oh, we're playing each other?
Sean and I are playing each other week 1, so it should be fun.
So here it is right here. I took Najee Harris, so I wore my Barry Sanders jersey there. And here's Neil, of course, in the Buffalo Bills.
I'm always in my
Lee
Evans
jersey.
jersey.
This is, but it's somebody right there playing with his. No, I'm just joking. What up to our friend Zane? What's up, Zane? They're on doing work. And you know, when you have Zane's team, you really have to focus in on your computer there to figure out what you're doing. But shout out to Zane. He has Justin Jefferson. So
reach of the draft that guy made.
Like, what? Oh, the Gainwell?
Oh, so anyway, he made the only way. If you don't play fantasy football, our friend Zane made a pick in the second round that was the equivalent of buying HLBZ at $14.50 and holding till next week. And I don't even know this company, but I can tell you. Let's look at the and holding till next week when it's probably going to be trading down around 9 or 9.50. I don't really know anything about HLBZ. I'm being flippant about it here because it's obviously just a low float runner that's moving. And this is a pattern we've been seeing. And let's be honest about these recent SPACs and IPOs that have been absolutely crushed, that are breaking out and then halting because they're low floats. This is happening every single day this week. So you find one of these that has a chart like this, and I wish I had done it, that was consolidating, and then just take the first breakout that gives you a clear out. I know the volume isn't that big, but you don't have to have a lot of shares for 750 to 13 to look pretty good. And that's what I'm seeing in HLBZ, and there's like numerous names here that have been happening all week. The cautionary tale is make sure you have an out, make sure you find liquidity. But how many times do we have to look at a stock doing this before we actually try to find one of these before they go?
I mean, it depends if the stock has a gift horse, because then you wouldn't want to look at it too much there, especially if you are Mr. Roberts looking those gift horses in said mouth. Okay, so Ford there, as you can see, we are getting very late in the day now, so this is why we talk like this. 1304, we just took it out on Ford. So, hey man, I don't know what to do. We'll just do this. Congratulations, anybody that was able to hold Ford. Not a money maker for me today, but very, very lucky. Not lucky, but it came back to VWAP, so that was a good trade there, picking up some of those bottoms. I'm going to go long Ford tomorrow again, so no fret on that. All right, so we did take out some Clover there. Unfortunately, it's going to look like a 15-cent winner. But again, on the day here, Clover, thank God we doubled up our position right there. But it's still going to be a loser, but it went back up. Just wish we would have taken out that 60 and we would have been really laughing. UiPath right now having a problem, 56.40. We only have 4 minutes left. I'm going to take this one out for a win and celebrate my best stock. But Brendan has something else.
Couple minutes, guys. We have earnings tonight. We've been discussing GameStop, obviously. A couple others reporting aftermarket tonight and before the open tomorrow.
Yeah, but Sentinel ones. I'm not making that same joke
What
again.
happened to the
GameStop and Lulu? That's what matters there, guys. Which one?
There it is. Okay, there
what
it
the
is.
heck?
There it is. There it is. Good. It was on vacay there for a little bit of time there. But yeah, GameStop. I mean, I have GameStop. That's not Rocket. Did Rocket?
Rocket Lab.
That's not Rocket Companies. They didn't change their name,
did
they?
No.
Okay, so that's Rocket Lab. I don't even know anything about that one. But that's a pretty cool symbol there. It looks like a nice little rocket. GameStop right here. Hopefully that comes out right away at 4 o'clock. And if we're lucky enough, then we will be able to see some action here on GameStop. And again, just to talk about it, you are consolidating here. Yep. This could be a very, very juicy report, especially if there is some announcement there. Because if there's going to be anything on AMC, this is when it will come out, right? It'll come out on their report, at least it should. And if not, then it will come out when they are discussing the call or on the call. So we'll wait to see about that. But right now, GameStop looking pretty juicy, man. If there's something real bad, man, I just fear that this 150 could get tested one more time. Hopefully not. And I don't know if any of you are playing options, you could find out what the implied move is. I'm going to say probably based on this, probably $30 or so on GameStop. So let's see if that's the implied move all the way down. No, maybe $20.
Affirms was like 10%, and there's no way the GameStop isn't more than Affirm. So I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, there's a way you can look that up, but we don't have enough time right now. Oh no!
What happened?
Look in the background.
Oh, Randy
God,
again?
he's practicing with his Randy, that was a ball, by the way. That's
got
a high
headphones.
strike there. That's on your shoulders to hit that, but get your headphones ready to rock and roll. Randy is on the bell, and that should be fun today. But only one stock left that I have on right now, and that is Clover, and I'm going to exit it right now.
There you go. 2 minutes left to go. Arun's going to do an awesome job, of course, because I will be sending my daughter to school for the first time, so I want to be there and make sure I get that one. You guys are in fantastic hands, obviously. You know all about that. Memes and movers, by the way, like it's every single day, memes and movers. This is a done deal because today went fantastic. So Trader Pratt and Miss V every single day at 11 o'clock are coming through. Have a lot of fun with that. We'll make cameo appearances from now and then because we're still sitting here trading. The trade of the day is going to be Upstart, so stick around for that one. If you want to check it out, go over that short that we had in the morning. It ends up still being my number one stock on the day. It was a decent trade in EFTR, but Upstart for me, I'm starting to really like these bigger cap names where you get the multi-day moves and we can put our dig into one trade, kind of how like we were doing with Sava. So I'm trying to take that experience into some other stocks here, and that's what we did with Upstart, so check that one out. And yeah, make sure you're paying attention to both GameStop and AMC. A lot of times we wait for them to move. It's not about covering them because of the meme status. It's a catalyst tomorrow. There is no way, especially after the action today, there's no way that you shouldn't be looking at GameStop if you're a momentum day trader. You got to be looking at it tomorrow.
Yeah, we are going to look at GameStop for sure. We just got out of that clover, so there's the out right there as we go. So look, it's been a very, very exciting day with only a little bit of time left. Let's show the imbalances real quick. We told you Visa would pair off, and it almost has. So we'll see Visa flip in a second here. That'll pair off. Other than that, BRFS, Elon, return on the MAC right now. Oh, Joby, we saw that last week. But here goes Visa. Looks like it's going to try to pair off and see it to go to the downside right here. There it is, 252. So anyways, with only 30 seconds to go, these are the imbalances. We're not expecting anything. SQQ is on there. That's about it with the NASDAQ trying to battle back right now. Not even that bad of a day. Just a high growth names got killed today, including Square, Neo, and a few other ones.
Absolutely, and about to drop that countdown. Randy is on the bell, which usually means he's going to give it a good whacking. Oh, wow, can't believe I said that. Drop the countdown, 8, 7, 6. It's been a fun day. Obviously, the market moving a little bit, but watch out, GameStop at the close, 2 and 1.
I actually thought that he was maybe going to fool us there a little bit and just do like a little one, but instead...
There is that little one.
Did he hit his head, or no? That was the thing.
I didn't. Okay. My head was.
Good. Okay, guys. We just talked about the Nasdaq market. We almost got to green, Brendan, on the S&P.
Yeah, almost, but not quite. Let's have a look. 0.15 was the final tally for the S&P there, but still in the red. 0.3 for the Nasdaq. Ho hum. A whole bunch of nothing. It was an ugly day in Brazil. 3.74 to the downside. 1.5, we'll call it, for crude. Yeah, Ethereum did have a nice bounce back day after what happened yesterday.
Hold on a second. John Nunn there. Randy has the largest forearms in southern Ontario.
Is that true?
No comment.
I don't. There. Okay.
Call him Popeye.
He gone. Randy, yeah, largest forearm. So
happened?
congratulations to Randy on that. It says 5 years running. So I don't know. We haven't even been on the air for that long, but thank you to all of our fans, and it's been a good show. Good luck to your daughter tomorrow. She will be fine, but she will probably cry and be upset.
I'll cry. You know. I'm gonna.
Yeah, and that's. I actually had this discussion with my wife today, and it's my Italian blood. Way too emotional as well. But my kids. So I'm kind of the opposite of you. I kind of like kick them out of the door. So we will see that. But they're experienced veterans, grade 2. And grade 4, I don't even know how my oldest one, 4 or 5. I think it's 4. So shout out to my kids. They're getting ready.
I just remember when Barron was running amok at the wedding. That was a lot of fun, man. He made it. Have kids if you get married, have kids at a wedding. Don't be one of those, man. It's so much more fun when you do. Anyways, now we're getting on. I want to say this HBLZ, it opened back. HLBZ opened back up. It's trading at 13, so it came down a little bit. We said it opened at 4. It did. GameStop, I don't see anything on it yet.
The funny thing is, now Randy's always going to be known. Like, I didn't even have to talk about that comment.
I know.
Like, it came out of nowhere.
It's over now.
And now that's what Randy's going to be known as for a very, very long time. GameStop just made a move down to 197, but I don't think that was just a fugazi. There was nothing there. Okay, it's Trade of the Day coming up, and it's Upstart, right? So that should be good. Thank you to everybody today. Thank you to Ms. V over at her new spot. Still think we need to show her a little bit more often. There we go. What's up, Ms. V? And then thank you to Maggie and to Lucas. I think we should show this a little bit more often as well. Look at all that, all those TVs there.
They're in sweaters.
Yeah, they're in sweaters. It does get a little cold up here. And for Brendan and for Neil and for myself, we are the Trader TV Live team, and we will catch all of you tomorrow at 8:30.
Bye-bye.